Welcome back to the show, everybody. It's your boy Coach V, and I'm represented by the Unique Trading Group, where strategy meets mindset and discipline turns into income. Tonight, I got a special video for you guys tonight, right? A late night special. That's right, a late night special just for you guys. I want to make sure that you're prepared for tomorrow, right? Quadruple witching day itself, right? Never be biased to one side. There are going to be some subtle clues. I have 2 or 3 clues tonight. Yes, 2 or 3 clues that I'm going to give to you tonight to get you prepared and ready for the day and the weeks ahead, all right? It's your boy Coach V. You know how I get down. Thank you guys for clicking the video tonight. I got a value video for you, so stick around, all right? We're going to be covering Tesla, SPY, and the VIX, okay? Tesla, SPY, and the VIX. Let's see what's going on tonight. Now, let's get to the charts. I heard that the market was falling, right? The market was tanking. So I quickly rushed, right? I was getting ready to go to bed, getting ready to get my day, my day is going to be over, shut down, ready for tomorrow. And I heard about the news, so I had to come do a quick video for you guys, all right? So we're going to start with this SPY chart, all right? This is what I see, all right? This is what I see. And before I do any current events right now on price action, I always like to do receipts. Yes, if I'm going to teach, right, as a mentor and a coach, then I need to make sure that I provide receipts. So yes, I always like to let you guys see what happened before in the past so that you can see where we are right now, okay? If you're new to this, if you're struggling, right? Excuse me, guys. If you're struggling, if you're new to this at all, you're chasing trades, you're constantly losing, you can't find consistency, fear of missing out, all right? You just can't seem to find your footing, or maybe an old strategy that you learned from an old mentor has been burning you out, then this channel is for you. I go by the boy Coach UV, all right? And I'm represented by the Unique Trading Group. Here, we focus on market structure and price action. And if you want to join the thriving community, please check out that link below where we teach you how to fish. Why not join the others who found success and learning how to fish for themselves while also getting some premium call-outs, okay? We would love to have you. Again, the link is below. And also, I have a nice book for you for beginner, intermediate, or advanced traders who want to get an upstart on options, okay? That book is right there below in the description, okay? So let's get back to the charts. Here's a video that I played for the community last week, or episode of Monday Madness. It was the setup before the squeeze, and I wanted to play a little small clip for you guys, a little small clip before we finish with the late night special video. All right, here we go.
Midway point of this entire move, right here is the midway point, all right? If we flush, the first dip by zone is going to be 595 around here at previous demand. You understand that? All right, this is your 0.382 to 618 fib zone. If you're not familiar with the fib, it's all right. We can talk about that in another time, in another video. Comment if you like for me to talk further and do a video analysis on Fibonacci. But I'm just giving you the levels for you to understand, all right, what I'm looking at and what to be prepared for. So that's strong confluence right there, 595, 93. If you can get a bounce there, all right? Okay?
You hear that? 595 and 593. These were my levels just on Monday for the episode 8, Monday Madness, must watch before market open. This was the setup before the squeeze, okay? Now the squeeze has not happened yet. However, this was the setup, all right? I gave you these context clues to look out for on the SPY, all right? Now I'm going to get back over to the real chart and we're going to catch back up. Like I said, I like to give receipts, and that's what I have for you guys, receipts, okay? And tonight, what do we have? SPY has dropped all the way to 593.33, okay? So 593.33, a little bit below here, all right? I put this number here maybe 15 to 20 minutes before I came on to record this late night special video for you guys, all right? And so I wanted to come prepared and capture this ironicness, right? I wanted you to see how price fell here. Now, price is already starting to go back above. We are currently at 594. 23 at the time of this recording. It's 10:24 p.m. the 19th of June. Tomorrow's Friday, quadruple witching. So when we wake up, it's going to be real chaotic, all right? It's going to be volatile, okay? So I just wanted you to understand that detail is that I predicted that we could fall here. Now, we could actually fall lower, but we have to see what happens tomorrow. This is a late night special alert video, Tesla and SPY. We have to see what happens tomorrow. 590, right? 588, 589, and 590. These are also pullback pivot points that I want to see tomorrow, just in case the 21 rejects here. Now, that's at 599. 600 being a wall, even though we burst past it right here on the 11th, okay, June the 11th. We got all the way up to 605. I am expecting the retest of the highs. This is what I want you to think about, okay? This is what I want you to think about. We're going to go over to the VIX chart, and I have SPY on the same chart so we can see them together. I'm on the 1 hour time frame. Now, if you haven't before, you never heard me mention the words race theory, all right? The race are an acronym that stands for something, okay? Race theory. And if you want to check out that video to get an understanding of one of the strategies that I like to use, all right? Check out that link right above, okay? And get you some good education on race theory. Now, on that race theory, to briefly catch you up to speed, this is a road, right? You see this yellow parallel channel with the yellow dots, right? This is a road, right? And you have the side, which is your white lines. I'm not going to change the color, and the yellow dotted line in the middle, all right? You got your fast lane and your slow lane. Well, right now, VIX wants to take a trip down south to Texas, all right? And so they're getting off of the fast lane. They want to go down, all right? We're leaving North Carolina. We're going down, all right? And we are below the midway 50% mark of this parallel channel. Now, as long as VIX falls, okay, we need to break, all right? We need to break right here. I'll say around, okay, now the bottom of this candle is 1955, all right? Remember that number, right? 1955 when the VIX needs to break. You see some push for SPY. For the first time watchers, the beginners, the VIX, all right here, watch my cursor. This VIX, the VIX is what you call the volatility index for the S&P 500. The S&P is this stock, SPY. This is the Standard & Poor's 500 ETF Trust, okay? That's what this is, the Standard & Poor's S&P 500 ETF Trust. It comprises of 500 of the top profitable companies, okay? And we're going to go back to the VIX, all right? The VIX measures the SPY. So whenever it's a lot of people buying puts on the market, the VIX is going to go up. And whenever there's a lot of people buying calls on the market, SPY specifically, the VIX is going to go down. So in other words, when the VIX goes down, SPY goes up, all right? And right now we have SPY down about negative 0.39% because we haven't quite pushed back above the closing price on the SPY. And so I have two of these on my chart together to watch for the flush and to watch for my S&P indicator to go up towards the upside, all right? So I wanted you to see that on an hour, but we have to break that 19 number that I gave out, okay? We have a gap to the downside as well at these prices, around the $18 mark, $19 mark. If we flush past these prices, we could reset all the way back down to $16 on the VIX, which would imply a rally on the S&P to retest these 605, 606 highs, okay? So that's what I see now. Now that I'm on the SPY, all right, remember that gap got filled as of right now, 1028. The gap right down at 593.98. Price fell back down, and now we are currently going back up. We are currently above the 34 EMA, and we are trying to retest the 100 EMA. And I'm looking at the pre-market data on the smaller time frame on SPY, okay? I want to make that known. And so we have a little bit of demand. So we have to wait till tomorrow to see what happens. If we can reclaim 597.44, all right? If we can reclaim 597.44, all right? 597.44. This is the previous close. If we can get above the previous close, then we can have some bullish momentum towards the upside. That means the bulls are winning. Anytime we are below that, we are still going to be bearish. So watch out for traps, okay? You want to watch out for traps, all right? Where's your first trap? Judging from the 4 hour, right? Your first trap will be right here at 599. That 600 zone, but 599 is your first area to say, hey, if I'm already in calls and I got some of my money back from swinging calls, let me maybe shave off some or assess what price is trying to do here at 599.12, 599.50, right in that area, okay? Remember that. Now we're going to toggle down to the hour. We're going to toggle down to the hour, okay? Now we've been having this overhead resistance on SPY, all right? We got high time frame bullishness and small time frame bearishness. Nothing has changed. We have lower highs, but we have higher lows, okay? We need to get past the midway point here, okay? We get to past that 599 number I gave you, okay? We could possibly see upside, but you have to be careful for all this overhead resistance. 600 is all there, okay? 600 is all right here. If we can somehow break a past 600, 601.79 specifically, all right? 601.79 on a 1 hour is a trigger trade for you guys, all right? It's a call trade. 601.69. If that breaks on the hour time frame, we can see some pushes back up towards 604, okay? 604. Now, if we can see more momentum and a lot of volume, all right, we can break past these all highs to squeeze some of the bears out. That's what I'm looking for. That's what you should be looking for. Just to recap, on SPY, it's already up. It's still below the previous close, 597.44. As long as we are below that, we are still bearish. We just have some relief, right? But we never know until we wake up in the morning. So any of these numbers that I gave out, if you see them, do not just blindly start trading. Always wait for a pullback to assess. You want to see if we are above the daily close or below it. That's your first thing. If we are below it, we're bearish. Above it, we're bullish. Okay, look for volume and look for A+ setups. Okay, always wait for pullbacks and never rush. All right, if we do continue to flush to the downside, you want to look towards 590, 580, 585 is your zones. All right, 588. These are your pullback zones, but we won't know until tomorrow. Okay, moving on along, we're going to end this video and wrap it up with Tesla. All right, here's what I see on Tesla. We have some overhead resistance. Tesla has to get past 324. All right, Tesla has to get past 324, 325. 325 is being a wall for Tesla, okay? If we can get past that, we can see, of course, continued momentum up to 330 and 333, which is a magnet for price. This is a previous bull zone where bulls took it up to 358, 360 if you don't remember. All right, and so that's what I'm looking for here on the daily chart, okay? We are currently, right now on Tesla, pre-market. I want to give you these pre-market numbers, but I want to say that we're up almost 2%. All right, there could be some headline news. Tesla did get some news. Says Tesla is set to rediscover an uptrend as the political headwinds succeed. All right, and so right now Tesla is at 323.62. We closed at 322. Remember, for your first time watching, again, I know those who've been watching me for a while, they understand my setups, they understand my strategy, and what my edge is in trading. I use that edge in order to be profitable in the market consistently by just playing the probability of what's more likely to happen. Not what's right and not what's wrong, but what is more probable to happen. And I protect my risk and I lock the money in. As price goes in my favor, I move up my stop and lock in the money. So that doesn't matter what it does, okay? All right? Now, the style I like to use is being bullish or bearish based on the opening and the closing price. So if Tesla opens up above 322, I am going to be bullish, but I'm not going to chase calls. I am already in call swings, okay? I informed the group at a certain level inside of the Discord, the swing trade alerts, 2 weeks ago to get into calls. And we are right near that entry. So 318.55 is where I want to say to myself, if I'm in calls, I am no longer going to stay in calls if we fail 3.855. I want to cut my calls, all right, and maybe think about puts to the downside, okay? That's what you want to think about. 318.55 is the line in the sand for you to no more buying the dip. But if it's going to hold on a pullback, you want to buy the dip. But as of right now, we are above 322, the daily close, the previous close. That is bullish, and we are currently at 323. All right, so 322 can be another place to buy the dip on a pullback. Do not rush for trades. I repeat, do not rush for trades tomorrow. Wait for pullbacks if you're not already in. Okay, I hope you guys understood that. Tomorrow is quadruple witching. All right, so be careful. Okay, secure your profits, man, and make sure you define your risk, your entry, and your exit. If you're scared, stay out of the kitchen. Just watch. Grab your journal, your popcorn, and watch. All right. So I guess I'll see you guys in the Discord. All right, I appreciate you guys watching the video. If you find it valuable at all, please hit that like button and subscribe so that you're notified of when I drop valuable videos. All right, this has been your late night special. I'm your boy Coach V, and represented by the Unique Trading Group. And as always, till the next time, peace.